Hey, thanks for joining me. So this is a interlude between episodes in Dishonored, so it's just going to be you and me for this one. If you feel like skipping this one, you can go right ahead. It's mostly story, but if you want to stick around, I'm happy to have you with me.
He's alive. Thank you, Corvo, thank you. My uncle's a good man, and one day he'll prove it. Here. I know you did this for the right reasons, but I want you to take this as a reward. It's an old heirloom one of my aunts gave me.
It's impossible to get that if you don't save Captain Kurnow, which sucks to be Robokai, I guess. I've always kind of felt like the glorious morning here is supposed to be symbolic as hell to some extent. You never see another really bright morning like this through the rest of the game.
Is the first step along that path.
And we must find a girl.
No!
I still have no idea what the hell Callista is shouting about back there. Anyway, my lust for money has not been diminished by the fact that I'm not on a mission. There's still a fair bit of loose change in this particular interlude, so I'm going to be running around and grabbing that. I've always liked these interludes, though. They provide a nice cool-off point between the constant high-tension combat and stealth in this game.
My brothers control the voting block for my family. I'm very much aware of that.
What do you got to say, Havelock?
You did it. Somehow you took down the High Overseer Campbell against the odds. I knew you were our man, Corvo. With Campbell gone, we've hurt the Lord Regent immeasurably. And with Martin back, we'll have the finest strategist alive.
Everybody wave to Lydia.
The Lord Regent must be shitting himself in Dunwall Tower.
Yes, and Campbell's journal, let's not forget. Our hope is that in these encoded pages, the location and condition of Emily Kaldwin can be discovered. Our entire movement will mean nothing if we can't place the rightful heir on the throne.
There you go. It's worth noting that Havelock's pistol is actually substantially upgraded. There's no way that Corvo's pistol could do that. He's got at the very least a grouping up or accuracy upgrade.
There will be infighting among the nobles as to who should succeed the
Empress. And if you watch his animations a little bit closer than I did, he also has a refire
now you
upgrade
should take
on
a
it.
well-earned rest, Corvo. We will decipher the contents of the High Overseer's journal and share them with you later. Sometimes I think this conspiracy feels like the start of a joke, don't you? An admiral, an aristocrat, and an overseer walk into a bar. I wonder what the punchline will be.
I believe it starts with the assassin ducks.
Welcome back, Master Corvo.
Sailors tell tales of monsters far out to sea. But I'll tell you, there's strange things in this river no one talks about. Lights in the water, late at night. I've seen faces, too.
Honestly, I imagine the river crusts look a lot like faces late at night. We'll get to see some more of them in a couple of missions.
Can I be of service to you? Can I be of service to you?
This is always my favorite part of coming back after a mission. I tend to have a ton of money to spend. One of the obnoxious things about playing non-lethally is that it's actually kind of difficult to come up with things to spend your money on. I more or less spent my money on everything major that Piero sells. There will be one or two things that I pick up in blueprints later, but
the inspiration is coming faster. My mind works faster at night than it does during the day. I'm being swept away, and I can no longer tell if it's genius or madness. When Corvo arrived, he brought some force from the void with him. Or perhaps I'm more brilliant than I even supposed.
My, there is something to you, isn't there? You went and spanked the High Overseer in his own house. I hope the tools I designed for you function to your satisfaction. The fact that I am standing here and talking to you.
yeah, give me a chance to respond,
in
homie.
several ways.
The Admiral was right in recruiting you. Nothing's been the same since the Lord Regent took power. but at least Campbell's gone and my uncle lived.
Do you mean to tell me you don't know how to curtsy properly?
Please, sir. I was never in service with a noble.
That's not an excuse. You need to learn proper decorum. The Hound Pits has seen a few lords and ladies in its day.
If they
Welcome
were here,
back, Master Corvo.
I expect they didn't want to be recognized, sir.
Never
She's
mind
got a
that.
point.
Lord Pendleton ought to be shown the respect he deserves. He doesn't
Welcome back,
require it,
Master
but he
Corvo.
notices.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
But even so, have you forgotten we may soon be guarding a future Empress? You will be in the presence of the most important person in the entire known world, and you don't know how to curtsy.
But she's just a child. And she's not even here. No one knows where she is.
And
Well,
knowing
our
her, she
masters are
actually
just the
wouldn't
people to
like to be
find her, I'll
curtsied
have
at
you
too
know.
much anyway.
Please learn your manners before then.
So a couple of neat things showed up in those last couple of conversations, actually. The audiograph from Piero is interesting because, canonically, he was the one who crafted the heart at the Outsider's direction. And so apparently being around Corvo makes that link a little bit stronger or something.
Corvo's proved his abilities beyond question. It's not anyone who can walk into Holger Square and put down the High Overseer. And now we're faced with the question, could he be dangerous?
Emergency grain rations will be available in the Civil Services District at sunrise. Please see your tax assessment.
Oh my gosh.
Coupons before requesting.
It's already starting to hint at what's to come at the very end. But anyway.
Memoir, Chapter 28. Waverly, Waverly, Waverly. The very name sweeps one away. She came into our cold marble hall and brought light and warmth. She changed our lives forever. It was only later I realized she was a traitorous little weasel, like all the Boyles.
Wallace is so hilariously up his own ass in this game. It really never ceases to amuse me. You know, messing with one of the hired hands because she doesn't know how to bend her knee properly. Oh my gosh, that freaking guy. I'll have to figure out more ways to mess with him later on, just because his character is so ridiculously uptight. Even the pre-programmed responses will be fantastic. Anyway, I've had about enough of that speaker. Oh my god, now I can sleep. Absolutely gorgeous. One weird thing I've noticed whenever somebody actively sleeps in a video game and you have a first-person view like this, they never sleep soldier position, just like on their backs. They're always in like some weird semi-fetal position.
I know the Golden Cat, not as a patron, mind you. I designed some specialized devices for them. I kept the blueprints, if anyone is curious.
Don't. I bought you tea as a courtesy to a colleague. I won't make that mistake in the future.
I'm sorry,
Oh my gosh, Piero, you are an inspiration to goons everywhere.
Hello, Corvo. There are important things we must discuss. But at the moment, it seems we have an unwelcome visitor here at the Hound Pits.
Yeah.
The Admiral would like your help in investigating it, prior to sharing what comes next.
Hello, Corvo. I expect Martin will be joining us shortly. I hate to start your day with such a strange matter, but the servants heard something last night, moving through the storm drains beneath the building. Most likely a weeper, the poor bastard. There's no hope for them once the plague gets that far along. Nothing more than a shuffling corpse full of sickness and insects, if you ask me. I'd appreciate you investigating, just to be sure it's not a nosy guardsman that's getting too close. Here's a key to the hatches. I'd send a servant down there, but they'd die of fear on the spot, I'm afraid. Maybe Piero can concoct some sort of sleep poison for your crossbow if you want to go that route.
Also unsaid, I'm scared shitless myself. Which he really shouldn't be. He has a decent pistol, and we already know that ingesting elixir fights the plague. We have plenty of access to that, or at least he does. He's not wanting for money. But in real terms, this is how the game introduces you to Weepers. Otherwise, the big thing is that purposes of Chaos and Clean Hands runs, Weepers count as people. You can't kill them. And unless you have some sort of longhand introduction like that, the distinction gets very sketchy because they basically behave as zombies. You know, they look terrible, they sound terrible, they just kind of shamble towards you if they see you. It's pretty bad. Oh, hell. Of course you would turn around at that precise second. Doing weird shit, just like everywhere. And a couple of ruins, I'll never say no to that. Just money lying around. One of the other thing is that those blue-jawed hagfish eggs, those actually restore almost as much health as a normal potion, a red potion rather. So they can be kind of fun, even though they really only show up around here at the Hound Pets. It's weird. Under normal circumstances, I would probably end up just sort of disregarding or forgetting about those coins of 5 or whatever, but
You
it
went
works.
down there in the sewers? I thought I heard a Weeper in there earlier. You're probably the bravest man I've ever met. Overseer Martin has arrived. He's with Admiral Havelock now. They want to talk to you.
You're good people, Cecilia. I don't give a shit what Wallace has been saying about you.
Corvo, I trust you remember Martin, an overseer before, and perhaps again someday soon.
I owe you thanks for my rescue.
Indeed. You've given us a glimmer of hope, Corvo. Because we've gotten what we've wanted from Campbell's journal. You've done it. We know where Emily Caldwin is being held.
This isn't the important part.
The Golden Cat, of all places. A bathhouse for aristocrats. Little better than a cursed brothel.
The important part is what is
There's
that
an unfortunate
beer?
twist. It appears that Pendleton's own kinsmen stand in our way. The twins, Morgan and Custis. Not only are they controlling Emily, but they have the controlling parliamentary votes we so desperately need.
The beer, man.
Yes,
Don't walk off with
Pendletons have to
that.
die. But most importantly, Emily must be brought here safely so we can protect her until the Lord Regent and his entourage have been dealt with.
You gotta beat my buddy. Where'd you put the beer?
He's asked to brief you personally. I think it's best.
Now I'm never gonna beat my buddy on Untapped.
Campbell's book appears to contain much more than we expected. He was blackmailing a number of highly ranked overseers. With the information in this journal, we will be able to manipulate the religious faction. The overseers will bend to our will.
We are the good guys.
You've never been to the Golden Cat? No, I suppose not. Me neither, of course.
We are the good guys.
Interesting. I won't ask, but the mark on the back of your hand. Are you studying the forbidden arts, Corvo? Never mind. We're all friends here.
That was the real reason I was pestering him. It's the first indication we have that somebody else besides Corvo can see the mark on his hand.
Corvo, I've asked to speak to you myself. You see, I'm sending you to kill my older brothers, Morgan and Custis. They're horrible men. It's true, as you may have heard, cruel beyond words.
Gulp.
Further, my brothers are close allies to the Lord Regent, and as long as they are in Parliament, we cannot gather the votes we'll need to stop the Lord Regent from further consolidating his power. These days, they're best known for exploiting their favor with him to cheat others out of their wealth. Let's just say that not every family evicted and quarantined for having the plague actually has the plague. I warned my brothers in every way I could. I really did. But they never did listen to me. They'll be at the Golden Cat tonight at their usual revels. They'll be protected by the City Watch, so it'll be dangerous. Now go. Please do it before I change my mind.
I've always really liked that particular note about Morgan and Custis. That's an incredibly believable thing that a bunch of money-hungry nobles would do in a crisis like this.
I'll take you to the
Well, that's all for this interlude, folks. I'll see you at the Golden
Taking
Cat.
Lord Pendleton
Take
enough
good care
time
of
to
yourselves
believe
and all those you love.